Product life cycle strategies. If you think about product life cycle, we have the first stage, which is product development. Here you develop a product. After you develop a product, you you introduce it, and then it grows, and then it matures, and then the product will decline. You start with this idea of 6-month battery. After a while, it will die. We will have, maybe after a while, there will be no need for a battery. Remember in the old days when there used to be a camera, and you take a camera and then the picture, and then you get the negative, and you go to the. Now, no need for them. It's all digital. Same idea here. If you look at this here, we have the green line, which is the sales. Of course, during the product development, you don't sell anything. And then introduction, you start to sell some. In the growth age, you can see big growth in sales. In a maturity, it's almost, stable sales. And then in a decline stage, you start to drop until you get a zero back. So this is the green line sales. On the other hand, we have the red, which is the profits. Of course, during the product development stage, your profits will be negative because you will have to pay a lot of costs, right? You have to spend for investing, for the idea, for testing. The first test fails, second test fails, third test fails, and so on. And then after that, you have the introduction stage where you start to pick up your profits. Growth stage, you make profits. Maturity, as the highest profit you reach. And then after that, you can get here the, no more profits towards the end of the decline. You guys are okay with the product life cycle? In the product life cycle, we have product development, sales are zero, investment cost. Introduction, sales grow, profit non-existence. Growth, that's a rapid market acceptance, increased profit. Maturity, you slow down, and then you profit level off, or maybe start to decline at the end, and then decline stage where your sales fall and your profit drops. Now, if you look at product life cycle, it may depend from one product to the other. It's not always as we saw in terms of sales. So maybe this is more like it become a fashionable and then it goes away. There are some products that more of a style. They go back and then come back again. Do you see? Do you guys know any style or product that everyone buys it in a while and then after a while it goes? It's no more style. Maybe some people say seasonal products are more style. During the summer you want to get these types of clothes, so they have high sales, and then in the winter they slow down. In the summer they go back. Maybe more cyclical. And there are some styles that is, what used to be fashionable in the 90s, now it's back. Or what used to be fashionable in the 70s, now it's back. So here we have some sort of an ups and downs. And we have something called fad. And a fad is a product that goes high very quickly and then it loses fashion very quickly. Do you see? So, there's like a big fad that happened in a very short period. These small boxes, pet rocks, used to be very temporary period of time. It was unusual high sales driven by consumer enthusiasm. Immediately drops or brand popularity. No more fashionable. If you think about these stages, if you look at them in terms of their characteristics, introduction stage, you have slow growth, little profit, and high distribution. And you need to do a lot of promotion. Every time you have introduced a new battery, you need to do a lot of promotion so people know, right? Build awareness. And then after a while, it starts to grow. And during growth, sales increase and new competitor starts to show up. Do you see? And then your price stable, or maybe start to lower the price, decline. And then consumers start learning, right? Maybe now we're in the growth stage of like solar panels, right? Everyone is trying, so there's a lot of consumer education, profits increase, and then promotion, manufacturing costs gain economy of scale. You start to see new people, new stores, and those stores start to have new staff, and those staffs get education and training, and then after a while, after all the people buy become concentrated, we are in a maturity. We still have sales, but they're not as strong. A lot of suppliers, maybe now we're approaching this, substitute product starts to appear. Instead of you get a solar panel, you can get this private power generation, or you can do this special other renewable energy. Overcapacity lead to competition. and increased promotion and R&D to support sales and profits. So here comes an age where you kind of think about what else you do. You want to start to think about market modifications, product modification, marketing mix modifications. So once you reach this maturity for your product and you have sold all of the ones you thought, no more growth, you want to start to think about how do you modify it. How you make this battery, it's no longer 6 months, rather it can work maybe longer. Or maybe how can you modify its advertising, or modify the promotion, or modify the... After you do the modification, you reach the decline stage where you maintain the product, or harvest the product, or maybe drop it at all. So you maintain it, you try to keep it, harvest it, you just, make the last money from it. And then product decisions and social responsibility. You want to look at public policies, regulations regarding developing, dropping products. Sometimes it's against the law to drop a product. You can't drop a product without permission or without making an announcement, or, the government may not allow you to sell a product. Let's say you sell a car, tomorrow you close, and then people need maintenance, no more spare parts. You see, sometimes by law, or qualities, or patents, or safety issues that you have to maintain. Here, do you guys know this Kit Kat?
Yeah.
Do you guys want to have this in your break?
Yeah.
Determining what product and services to introduce in which countries. So, do you think Kit Kat is the same in every country? No, there are some decisions you want to look into. International products and how they work. Standardization versus customization, packaging, labeling. So these are other topics you want to think about, new products in new countries. And that's the end of this chapter. Do you guys have any questions?